Aloha, this is going to be a demo for completing the Outreach College application at the University of Hawaii at Manoa. This is for anyone who is trying to register for one of our prerequisite courses, especially if you're not currently a UH student and you want to take an online course option, then you have to apply to Outreach College first. And this is separate from your general program application to UH Manoa. So even if you've applied to the program, if you're not technically enrolled, you're going to still need to submit this Outreach College application in order to register for the course you're interested in. So what you see here is the website, which is at outreach.hawaii.edu. When you get to this page, go to the Admissions and Aid tab, and then go to the very first option, which is applying to Outreach College. Once you're here, you'll want to use this second option, the application for non-UH or visiting students. This just means, those who are not already enrolled and are looking to take a class or two. So when you get here, they should have listed the different semesters that are available. So for the purpose of this demo, I'm going to go ahead and apply for the summer 2024 term. So what you see here is the entry portal to the application. You're going to want to put in your email address and password. Even if you have a UH email address, I believe you need to start by creating an account. So if you put it in and it doesn't, and you push sign in and it doesn't work, it's probably because you need to create an account for the application first using it. So therefore, if you have a UH email, or if you have a personal email, what you'll want to do is just put it in and then start with create an account. And then the next time, if you end up not completing it all at once and you want to log back in, then you can put in the same information and then use the sign in button. Okay, so I have been in here before, but you would not see this check mark. It would just be a plus sign like this. But basically, since you're applying to Outreach and you're not applying to the full program, you're going to want to select this non-degree seeking unclassified programs option, and then just choose the semester that you're applying for. So I had already selected the summer 2024, but if yours is not, what you do is you actually go over to the plus sign and click on it. And then once you do, it'll say continue as well. And then what you do is you go to my application, and it's broken into 4 sections. The first one is your personal information. So really, this is just the typical information you would have to submit related to who you are, your contact information, race and ethnicity, whether or not you're affiliated with the military, some other components, and then your residency. So you just click on each and then fill it out as you go. If you need to get out, you can always go back up to this My Application tab. So academic history is just listing which high school you attended, as well as all the different colleges you've attended. You shouldn't need transcripts for this particular application if you attended colleges in Hawaii or the US. I believe if you're international, if you have international transcripts, then those they will be requiring. Okay, and then I'll get out of that. So supporting information, they have a documents tab, but really this is only if you have any of these special, benefits, whether it's to prove for tuition purposes or anything like that. So you can kind of browse through them. Otherwise, you just go down to the bottom and say, I am not adding any documents. And then there is a release statement. So you see this little red flower star looking item. That means you cannot submit the application unless all of these are submitted. So just make sure you don't overlook this part. Go to the release statements, read it over, select I agree, and then save and continue. And then the last part is program materials, but because it's an unclassified student, there's not too much involved here, but you do need to still come into this section because there is a section called questions, and this does have some required questions that you need to complete. So follow through this. And then if you happen to need documentation, for example, let's say English isn't your first language and you select no, then you are going to need to submit your English proficiency exam scores. And what you can do is go to this documents tabs and upload it. Otherwise, again, you can just go here and say, I'm not adding any documents. So what will happen is once these 4 components are complete, then you can go to the Submit Application tab and then submit the application. And what's great is the outreach application is completely free, so you shouldn't have to pay for anything. So once it's done and you see this green bar go all the way across, which means all 4 parts are complete, then this button to submit will become available and you can submit it that way. And outreach is pretty quick, so I typically 5 to 10 days for them to go ahead and process it, and you can always log back in to check to see if it's approved and processed, and then you can go ahead and register for your course. All right, so that's it. If you need help or assistance or you run into any trouble, feel free to email me at coeinfo@hawaii.edu.